Flames. I am here. I'm Alden. I'm doing a reading for you and just, an update for the energy for the upcoming partial lunar eclipse. It's a full moon in Taurus. I don't know if you can feel the energy yet. Taking off this week. Right now, as I'm filming this, the moon is in Aries. So my moon is in Aries, but anyway, it's a fire sign. And so there might be some directive to, get up and move forth in some kind of way. Even if it's emotional healing, it can be a really good time for moving forth with your emotional healing, clearing that. And if anger comes up, don't worry. It's an opportunity to love yourself and to go deeper. So, definitely don't be hard on yourself about it. Don't beat yourself up about it. You are a divine being and you are worthy of feeling that way, of course. And the divine loves you. And so, whether you identify as someone who is a star seed or a twin flame or a divine being, ultimately you are a divine being and you're a twin flame, and anything else you identify as a person, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. Feel into who you really are, how you, desire to come into your full self. And with twin flames, you have the polar energy. So you're either the divine masculine or the divine feminine, right? Do you identify as a light worker? Do you desire to be a light worker? Do you desire to really, embody that light that you feel within and to share that with others? Because if you do, then the twin flame ascension path is for you. And so, really like congratulations to you if you're beginning it or if you feel like you're really like healing there. And if you're not sure, that's okay, you have to have a lot of compassion for yourself. And so this lunar eclipse is really grounding you into where you're at and also inviting you to not even just claim, but like embrace the good that's coming to you. Embrace the good that is right in front of you. Embrace the good that is like being handed to you at this time. This is good news for you. And so don't deny the good that is right here, right now. It doesn't mean you need to go out and grab anything. And it certainly doesn't mean that you need to go and get something from your twin flame either, as well. Because everything that you have is already within you. And so you're just really coming into that truth. And as you come into that truth, then the action, of course, you have to take action. You have to do things. Like you can't just be like, I'm going to meditate on having some really good corn on the cob and it's just going to find its way right here. That's not how that works. I don't think so. Like if you've gotten manifestation down to that level, please, tell me how. But otherwise, yeah, there's action involved, right? So, hello, welcome. And yeah, you have to really like, though, you don't like be like, oh, I'm thinking of corn on the cob. I got to go to the store right now. I got to rush to the store. I got to get corn on the cob. You probably don't need to do that, right? And maybe that wouldn't even maybe it wouldn't even end up being good because you'd be overly excited about it and you'd burn it and you'd chomp it down so fast because you were so hungry because you went out and got it instead of eating some food first and everything. And it's kind of a funny example, but it's true, on your twin flame journey too. It's like, oh my God, it's my twin flame. I see him or I see her, and I gotta like tell them that I'm gonna marry them right now, even though we barely talk to each other. Yeah, so it's okay to like be right where you're at, and things can change very quickly. That's like the energy of this lunar eclipse too, is just reminding you that a lot of things in your life can shift quickly and reminding you that your foundation is, like, why are you on this twin flame journey to begin with? It shouldn't just be to be with like the person who is your twin flame. It's ultimately your relationship with the divine. You as this light being are just coming into that truth. You're dissipating everything that's not of that. And so it's important to realize that. And yeah, Taurus is really grounding. So it is material. So that's why I feel like, you're hearing me talk about material kinds of examples. And corn is a really good example because corn is very like one of those real staples, you know, in certain cultures, and there's a lot of interesting history behind corn. I know we have, you know, various opinions about like GMO corn and everything. That's not what I'm talking about per se, but just as it is a foundational piece to a lot of diets in a positive way. Um, so I'm going to pull some cards to kind of, you know, help out, like kind of smooth out this energy and see like what specific message is coming through the divine for you from the divine masculine. And, you know, if you are the divine masculine watching this, this is for you too, but this is really, you know, channeled. So this is listening. And that, you know, this came up recently, I believe in my like last live, but so it's kind of interesting, but it's definitely throat chakra clearing that the divine masculine is undergoing by listening. And so this is cool, you know. So the divine feminine, if you feel like your divine masculine isn't listening to you or isn't hearing you, somewhere in his heart, oh, he is, he's hearing you, you know. So don't be afraid to yourself calm down and feel listened to, because when you feel listened to and you feel heard, guess what? You really attract that into your life because you are vibrating with that truth. So this is really, you know, of course, a card for both, just for your union. So let's pull another chakra card. I do want to wave the deck around, right? So this is the chakra reading deck by Rachelle Charman. So another card here, nurturing. The divine masculine is nurturing, and he does desire to nurture his true twin flame, his divine feminine, and so he's going to find ways, even if it's within, to really do that and to like tap into that nurturing quality. So it could also be self-care, you know, for him as well, but know that like that's really good for your union, for him to give to himself right now. And so respect that. And this is for the divine feminine too, to feel nurtured by the divine, and you know, perhaps to also nurture yourself, nurture your union. This might be a calling also to just kind of like real foundationally go back to some basics, and to not be afraid to just like kind of live in basic land. Like, oh, is there something real basic about my home that needs to be taken care of? Something about my finances over here I could do. Some basic, and like your face, you know, basic self-care. But yeah, it's okay to go back to the basics, because sometimes when you do that, like you get like you just kind of align naturally. You become in tune with something you might have been slightly over here because you were focused on maybe some kind of grand, more refined thing, but your foundation comes, sometimes you have to come back to your foundation to continue to refine and expand and everything, right? Because otherwise you can get pushed out too far. I guess you could say too fast. It's not like about how fast or slow, but too fast as in like out of order. Like the order is to have that foundation to be able to do something. And you really have to check in with the divine, because everyone is so different. You know, some people do take really big so-called leaps of faith, and it turns out to be a really wonderful thing. And for some people, you know, it's more methodical or slow. And for a lot of people, it's very much in between. And this applies to your twin flame ascension journey as well. And so, you know, there's no like, there's nothing wrong with however, first of all, you're approaching your inner work, because if you're doing the best that you can and you're loving yourself, then you're doing it right and you're on your way to doing it more right. Because what I mean by that is you are on your way to uprooting whatever is blocking your union at the core. And when you can uproot that and get rid of it, there is nothing blocking it anymore in that place. It's amazing. So this is Jeff and Shalia's work. This is my spiritual guru's lineage. And so they teach this exercise called the mirror exercise. And you can learn it. It's simple steps. So again, we're going back to the basics, but you have this beautiful, refined foundation of self-love off of that does naturally attract your twin flame. And yeah, you may end up being the one to call them. They may end up being the one to come say hi to you. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the inner work to clear the separation from a vibrational match that's already there in truth. Like, it's just like your divine inheritance. It's like your abundance and everything. You're clearing blocks to that as well, because you're not designed to be impoverished in any way, in your health, in your wealth. I don't know what else rhymes with that, but you get what I'm saying. All right. So let's also pull a little bit of tarot. This is the Lover's Path Tarot. And let me see if I have the little card here. Here we go. Lover's Path Tarot. Really a beautiful deck. And I was just like, what's this card here? It's got another card. So that's okay. I can look at that. I can look at that when I'm finished. So yeah, just take a moment here. If you want to take, a nice breath in, if you even want to close your eyes or whatever for a moment, and just set the intention, for this lunar eclipse, for really that kind of energy, that intense, that showing energy, where something is kind of shown to you in a new way that's always been there, but something is revealed and something is actually given to you. You don't need to be you don't need to beg in order to be given to. You don't need to be needy in order to be given to. You are a divine being. And so I think, remembering that is important. It builds your confidence. It's divine, and it's also very magnetic to your twin flame as well. So yeah, the card we have here is the Four of Cups. Okay, so we're going deeper with emotional foundation. Emotional foundation, and it is okay to sprawl out at this time. To me, this is really pre-eclipse energy, this emotional foundation, maybe a little bit of some areas of dissatisfaction, but actually that's helping you to uproot that. And because you are calling in more of your divine foundation in this place, and it often does start with emotions, because then that precludes the more grounded material things. But you also have to get into your lower chakras and make sure that you're not just living in your high chakras, and you're also not just real heavy in your lower chakras as well. So then that's funny, we have the Four of Cups, and then we have the Four of Coins. Look at that, moving right along into the material. So working on manifesting, remember that you don't need to be the one to do the manifesting. The universe, the divine, is giving it to you. You need to be receptive. You need to receive. The divine masculine desires to give to his divine feminine. So this is a really important update. The divine masculine's like, hey, can I give here? And the divine feminine might be like, I need to give to myself. I need to whatever. What you really need to do is surrender here and just love yourself. And so yeah, give yourself love. Don't stop giving yourself what you need and what you desire. But it's not a forced kind of giving. Then it's something else. So yeah, you just need to be more receptive in this place. And even if you're like, I'm super receptive, well, see if there's somewhere where you are maybe numbed out, or somewhere where you can go a bit deeper. Even if you're doing really well, you're feeling really good with your twin flame and everything, wherever you're at, it's a journey. It is a journey. It is an ascension journey, and it's safe to go on that journey. So then we have the King of Coins. This is healing solar plexus energy. This is the divine feminine. This is encouraging you to really like build up your divine masculine, to like give him that space, like came up earlier in the reading, to because he wants to embody his divine self and you know, be really like abundant and generous in whatever way that expresses through his divine being and through yours as well, because you are one consciousness, and so there's going to be two expressions of one consciousness, which is really cool. And I mean, this again is a very like material kind of you know, it's a very material kind of card, and it goes perfectly with the Taurus energy. Taurus, as you may know, rules the second house in astrology, and that's generally associated with wealth, finances, other things that you value, often materially. So your values, the things that you can like give and receive for value. If you put together, you know, what's going on in your second house with your midheaven, you can often like get a clear glimpse into what you can do for your purpose to help you create value that is going to meet the desire that people are, you know, also desire, like consciousness desires from you, that they'll recognize from you. There's more, but that's just one particular thing that you can look at in your astrology chart. And, you know, and speaking of that, like, yeah, you know, do look at perhaps the second house, but wherever Taurus is falling in your chart as well, you know, for this lunation. And also keep in mind, like, Venus and Capricorn really complements this energy well. And then we have Scorpio season coming to an end with that deep emotional healing. And that came up in the first tarot card, especially with the cups, the Four of Cups. And so, yeah, we're going, you know, we're kind of ending this deep emotional roller coaster on a really like you've been able to go deep as you can go, and that's perfect for you, you know, it's perfect for you. And so with that, you've actually gone to a place and been able to create some foundation where you were able to love yourself in that deep place. And that's like an eternal achievement. So then you have more foundation there for more manifesting possibilities, in that like you're able to receive in that place. There's less blocks in this whole area, you know, that you've been able to access, and to have your foundation become more stable, a deeper balance set point. And then there's also more room for that expansion, because deep roots allow you to expand confidently and safely. So that's really nice. And then it also does sometimes allow you to take those leaps of faith if and when you are called to. You know, you have to really you have to let the divine navigate your life with you. You know, be a conscious creator. Choose good and love only in your reality. And then just in aligning with that choice, you're going to be able to call in the guidance that you need. And I really encourage you to check out the links below so I can help you. You can get into a coaching program with me. You can schedule your first session, and I can also guide you deeper into the twin flame work and the community that's really going to help you in manifesting your harmonious twin flame union. And beyond that, you know, just continuing to become one with your twin flame while also living the life that you personally desire to live. And those things don't have to happen in exactly a specific order. So like, you might be more life purpose oriented right now. You might be focused on building your abundance. You might just be focused on love and like, I just want my twin flame. And so just know that like wherever you're at, if it's a combo or if it's one or the other, if it's something kind of else, that's fine. And I can help you with those things. And there's a whole community that's going to help you. So yeah, just encourage you to schedule a session. And if reading sessions or reports are more your thing, then I also do those. I'm the twin flame psychic. And so I also do reading sessions and reports, and you can find out more in the links below. You can, of course, get in touch with me And please, like the video, and if you want to share it with a friend, who's on their twin flame journey or who might be, go ahead and do that. And when you like the video, then if it helped you, you're helping other people find this video, and you're basically like just in a, you didn't have to do much of anything just to help someone else out. So if you found this helpful, yeah, please like it. And if you want to see future updates for yourself, then also subscribe. So, yeah, have a beautiful eclipse week. And I will be back again soon for another update. And enjoy your twin flame journey in the meantime, okay? Take care. Bye.